Hello, this is LJC Today. I'm news reporter Jibin Kotail. Tonight's top stories are Canada's Economic Action Plan and do we need another election? In recent news, leader of the Liberal Party of Canada, Michael Ignatieff, came back to Canada from United States of America, trying to become the Prime Minister. I have my friend Lucas Perriner here to tell us more on the subject. Lucas.
Thanks, Jibin. I really don't think that we need another election here. I think Prime Minister Stephen Harper is doing a great job. Recent poll studies show that Canadians don't really want an election right now, and the outcome of the election would most likely be a Conservative victory.
So what you're saying is, you, and most of Canada, do not want an election?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Stephen Harper is doing fine. Let me ask you this. Do you know anything about reducing the tax burden on Canadian individuals, families and businesses?
Yes, with 20 billion of additional tax cuts for us, that will leave more money in the hands of Canadians.
Well, what about helping Canadians who are hardest hit by the recession?
I heard they were going to enhance employment insurance benefits for the unemployed and broadening access to skills training, so more Canadians can prepare for the jobs of the future.
But, good. So what is your whole take on the subject?
For those liberals that are watching this and do believe Canada does need an election, you're wrong. The leader of Canada has right now at least spent the last 30 years in Canada and at least knows the country well. We need a true Canadian to lead our country, not an American.
Great. Well, Lucas, thanks for that. Back to Canada's Economic Action Plan. In recent news, Prime Minister Stephen Harper presented the government's latest report on the implementation of Canada's Economic Action Plan. The third report to Canadians, entitled Staying on Course, shows that 90% of the stimulus funding for this fiscal year has now been committed to more than 7,500 infrastructure and housing projects. More than 4,000 of these projects have begun in the first 6 months of the 24-month plan. 90% of the funding for this fiscal year is now committed. Our Economic Action Plan is going to help create and maintain an estimated 220,000 Canadian jobs by the end of 2010. Lucas?
Also, in just over 100 days, Canada's Economic Action Plan is already protecting Canadians, stimulating our economy and creating jobs from coast to coast to coast.
Well, that's it for now. This is Jibin Kotail and the rest of LJC Today saying good night, Canada.